Hello, this is the Masked Analyst. In his video, The Masked Analyst Lies in Censorship, the Redskull insisted that if you found the name of somebody who had engaged in death threats against other people, that you should quietly speak to the police and that you shouldn't release their name on the internet. And that you shouldn't release their name on YouTube. Well, the Redskull had a very good reason for saying that. You see, he thinks that those who threaten to rape or kill others, those who try to terrorize others, should be able to make their threats under the shadow of anonymity. He thinks those people should be able to hide in dark corners where people can't see their identity. The Redskull and I have fundamental differences of opinion on this. And I don't know about you, but my philosophy states that, look, if you're going to harass people, if you're going to threaten them, if you're going to terrorize them, then you lose your right to anonymity. Now, I'm not going to mention any real names here, but the Redskull has a real good reason for taking the position he does. You see, he himself has made threats against others. Before I discuss his threats, I invite you to check out his video called Ray, the Hurricane Drops the Atom Bomb. In that video, he advises Casey Nunez, also known as the Psycho Hurricane or the Drama Tube, not to make death threats against others. He says that this is something you don't want to do, it'll come back and haunt you. Well, I guess he's speaking from experience. Okay, now let's discuss some of the threats that he has made against others. Now, back in November 23rd, the Redskull obviously was pissed off at Micfri. Micfri had used an auto-refresher to get himself on the most watched page, or the most viewed page. And I'm guessing that this is what got Redskull pissed at him. I'm not really sure of the reason, but that would be my guess, because a lot of people evidently were pissed at him at this time for that reason. But the Redskull did more than just say, "You're a jerk," or anything like that. He actually posted this message to Micfri's channel. He said, "Micfri, I'm going to come to your house and rape you in the bum." Now, I mentioned in my previous video that King of the Haters was one of Redskull's sock puppets. Well, surprise, surprise. As you can see in this clip, King of the Haters also shares Redskull's hatred for Micfri, in which he said, "Shitty video, shitty person. Mikey, why don't you do the world a favor and commit suicide?" Real friendly guy, that King of the Haters. But this is just one more piece of evidence, in case any more was needed, that the Redskull is also the King of the Haters. By itself, this means nothing, but when you add it to the evidence that I presented in my previous video about the Redskull, then this just solidifies. The evidence for this next alias I'm going to discuss, being Redskull, is a little bit more speculative. So I'll lay out the evidence and my speculations, and I'll let you reach your own conclusions as to whether this really is him or not. Now, if you look at the bottom of this page, you'll see a post by Sub7. Sub7 is associated with Encyclopedia Dramatica. And I didn't include the entire post for a certain reason, for a specific reason. Within this comment is a name associated by Redskull, and this is something that Redskull gets very touchy about when you mention. So I'm intentionally leaving that out. Now, Sub7 left a message stating that the Redskull visited Encyclopedia Dramatica while using a sock puppet named Cider House Rules. And Cider House Rules vandalized the Redskull's page. He made unauthorized changes in the page on the Redskull, and he also made unauthorized changes on the page they had about me. And the people at Encyclopedia Dramatica were pretty unhappy about this. Now, and you can see, although you can't read Sub7's comments, you can look at my comments, and you'll see that it reflects what he told me and what I've just told you. Now, this whole message is something that I'd imagine that the Redskull would not be too happy if he saw. because it did mention his name and mention his shenanigans. So if he visited my channel section, and my guess is that he probably did, because he certainly was aware of me. We've been emailing or messaging back and forth for some time, so he certainly was aware of me. I had made a couple of videos about him, so it's certainly very likely that he visited my channel. And I imagine if he did visit it, he'd probably be unhappy. He might even want to bury it so that nobody could see this message. That's all speculation on my part. Now, you'll see immediately above my post a couple of posts by EvilV in which he says blue dildo, blue dildo, blue dildo many times. A while back, someone had made that comment on one of my videos calling me a blue dildo because of the way I look with my blue mask and sweatshirt. And at the time I thought it was pretty funny. It's one of those jokes, though, that's only funny the first time you hear it. After you hear it a few times, it's not as funny as the first time around. But in any case, he posted this a couple of times, and he posted it probably at least 12 or 15 more times. He did it enough times to bury the post by sub 7. So the question is, could this be the Redskull? Not enough evidence, not yet to even really consider it seriously. But wait, there's more. If you go to Micfri's page on January 23rd, EvilV left this post. Micfri, you piece of shit. I hope you die, and I hope your wife dies too. Hopefully, it will be a horrible death, you fucking asshole. Ha 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 ha. Having a hard time with the auto refresher from Firefox? That's 'cause YouTube fixed it, you dumb shit. If I ever see you on the street, I live in New York, by the way, I'm going to empty my handgun into your stomach. A death threat against Micfri. Have we seen anyone else leave any death threats against Micfri? Oh wait, the Redskull. Yeah, Redskull left a death threat against Micfri. Now, back in January, I wasn't all that popular. I'm guessing I may have had 120 subscribers tops. Not that I'm really popular now with my 220 some odd subscribers, but not that many people would be visiting my page. How many people would both be visiting my channel and be leaving death threats on Micfri's channel? I wonder how many people. I can't imagine that there'd be that many people. I know people didn't like Micfri for auto-refreshing, but that would be actually leaving death threats on his channel and visiting my page. So is EvilV really the Redskull? Well, I'm going to let you make up your minds on that one. Now, the Redskull has an intense dislike for MG Pappas. In past videos, he's claimed that MG Pappas has been stalking him. I'm not sure of the entire nature of the relationship between MG Pappas and the Redskull. Some of it may have happened before I was aware of the Redskull, but for whatever reason, whether justified or not, he had an intense, he despised MG Pappas. Well, back in late November, early December, he also threatened to sue Paper Lilies. I'm not sure why he did this. I'm going to make a guess because this is information I really don't know the details of. I'm guessing he thought that she may have had something to do with the release of his personal information, but he definitely made a threat to sue Paper Lilies. And Casualty of Clever made a video about this lawsuit. I'm going to post a link to the video, not so that you watch the video. If you want to go ahead, but that's not the reason. The reason is because MG Pappas made a comment in the video section in which he said, a month or two ago, Redskull put out a very creepy video response to a Renetto video about pedophiles, where he talked about there actually being bad people out there. He was displaying his guns while talking about it, the inference being he was a potential psychopath stalker type. Then MisterWeir replied, no, he wasn't, you moron. Jesus Christ, you're the fucking troll. Every fucking video about Redskull, you post it with bullshit. You're the fucking pedophile. You fucker. How about giving me your address and I'll come kill you? Now, how many people would be so pissed off by a comment like that to explode? How many people, who else but the Red Skull, would be so furious that he threatened to kill someone because MG Puppets made this comment? Well, that in itself should be reason enough to believe that MisterWeir is the Red Skull. But in addition to this, a few weeks ago, the Red Skull put out a movie, and I'll post a link to it, saying that he had been to Encyclopedia Dramatica to have a chat with them. And Encyclopedia Dramatica has posted the transcript of the chat. And in this transcript, the Red Skull admits to being MisterWeir. So unless you're going to make the claim that Encyclopedia Dramatica doctored the transcript, and I don't believe this. Yeah, I know they have a lot of vicious satire there, and they do make some stuff up, but I don't believe that they doctor the transcripts. Unless you believe that they doctor the transcript, I think the case is pretty solid that the Red Skull is MisterWeir, and here again you see him making a threat. Now let me talk about an apparent death threat that turned out to be not so bad. I had accused Red Skull in a previous video of making a threat against Fatty Chunks. And indeed, if you go to Fatty Chunks' page, he made a threat very similar to the type that he made against Renetto and Micfri. However, Fatty Chunks made a couple of videos, and he posted a comment on one of my videos saying that he and Red Skull were friends, and this is just a type of good-natured banter that goes on amongst friends, amongst guys. Well, I have to say that Fatty Chunks' approach to things is a little bit unusual, and I certainly wouldn't take this sort of thing as good-natured fun, and I don't think most people do. So, I want to withdraw my accusation that I made against the Red Skull in a previous video in which I accused him of making death threats against Fatty Chunks. I had not known that they were friends, and I just assumed. Look, if you happen to see a burning cross on the lawn of a black person, you're going to make the assumption that it was someone from the Ku Klux Klan threatening their life. Of course, it might be that he and his neighbor are good friends, and that's the type of thing that they happen to do between themselves. But most people aren't going to make that assumption. So I assumed that it was a threat against Fatty Chunks, and that it was intended to intimidate him, and I was wrong there. Now, I made this offer to Red Skull. I told him, look, you get Renetto or you get Micfri to send me a message or make a video stating that this was all good-natured fun between you and them, and I will make a video saying, hey, I apologize, I'm going to take down my old video, I was wrong. I haven't received a message from either of those two, so my message still offers. If Red Skull can get them to send me a message saying that they took this as just good-natured fun, the thing that guys do amongst themselves, then I will admit that I was wrong here, and I will take down my video. Until then, I stand behind my assertion that the Red Skull has made death threats against others. And as I mentioned before, he has threatened to sue Paper Lilies. He has withdrawn that threat to sue her, but he is what one would call a classic internet bully. He pushes people around. He threatens people. He's threatened to have my account deleted for speaking out the truth about him. He'll do anything that he can to suppress the information that I'm putting forth about him. So, I'll be happy to apologize if I am proven wrong. But as I've shown you in my previous video, the Red Skull is a liar. He lied about me because it was convenient for him to try to discredit me because he thought that I might do an expose on him. I'm sure he'll lie about other people. I'm sure he'll do anything he can to suppress the information that I've put forth. Hello again, this is just a quick update. The Red Skull made a new video under his Redskulled account. And in this video he said that he was going to be leaving YouTube, and he gave the name of a number of other accounts that belong to him. Now I made the rest of this video, I made everything up to this point on March 19th, and this update is being made on April 10th. He says that he's going to leave YouTube. I believe that he's going to continue working YouTube, probably behind the scenes. He might not make any more movies, but I think he'll probably end up opening new accounts and possibly causing some mayhem. In any case, he did admit that he was MisterWeir. He admitted he was King of the Haters, and he admitted he was one other alias. Well, actually several other aliases, but one of them was the ReverendAlexStJohn. Now, I just want to show you one more clip from the ReverendAlexStJohn to show you that his threats, he's continued his threats even fairly recently. Now, I'm releasing this video even though his account may be gone by the time I do so, for historical reasons, so that people know what he's done, and he may appear in the future, perhaps under a different disguise, but just to keep people on their toes and let people know what's going on. Okay, so here's a clip from the ReverendAlexStJohn. "Micfri, you dumb shit. I'm going to stretch and tear your asshole with my big 9-incher. And he made this on March 26th. This was well over a week after I made my expose showing him to be a liar in that he slandered me and exposing several of his other sock puppet aliases. And so here he's made yet another sock puppet alias, and in his recent video he admitted to being, as I mentioned, the ReverendAlexStJohn, MisterWeir, Thepoopmeister, thepoopmiesterjunior, King of the Haters, and Thequestionmarkman, and Bend Over Girl. And I will, in some other videos, explain why I think this list is incomplete. Again, Redskull's a liar, as has been shown plenty of times by now. Why should we believe him when he states that he's not behind any other accounts? So that's it for now. This has been the Masked Analyst. Under and in.